selection has been pretty good. Winners of this will move on to next week's final against DPMC, the side that is really in form. Stop a bit of wicket keeping. The batsman crossover for a single. Well, it's signaled as a wide, so 2 runs added to the total. Dilshan will have to re-bowl that delivery. In these shortened games, the number one thing that bowlers need to do is be on target. Don't want to be bowling extra deliveries and free runs for the opposition. These are tight games, the semi-final knockout stage of the tournament. Just one more win and you're in the finals. And that's a dot ball to end the first over. 6 for Nolas LLC after being put into bat. The two teams for you: TJ Lanka, Taraka Dinesh, the skipper, Janet Vijay Surya, Nalaka, Amarakun, Prince Priyamal, Sajit Vikramasinghe, Sasiri Adhikari. This live pictures brought to you by the Sporty.lk, and there you see the team again: Udayanga Madhushanga, Purna Chaturanga, Akila Dilshan, Imesha Heshan, and Nuan Alakun through the LOLC team as well. Vinod Madhushan, the skipper, Abhishek Pereira, Azran Samsudin, Tanush Kudar, Kavisha Piris, Lairu Atanayaka, Sair Udukumura, Siddharth Malwarachi, San Fernando, Nipuna, Tashmika, and Arjuna Pereira. Imesh Hashan. So similar field for Imesh Hashan, just the lonely slip, the third man point. There is a deep extra cover and a short extra cover. And you have the mid off, 6 on the off, and the standard. It's a fine leg up in the circle. Got a mid wicket and a mid on. That short cut in there. Good bit of fielding down on the boundary of third man. Keeps the batsman to just a single. Aslan moving on to 5. LOC moving on to 7, and it will be Abhishek Pereira to take strike. Oh, that was very well wide shot. Lucky that the bowler escaped with just a single. See at the moment predicted score of 103 and run rate of 4.67. I think LOC will be looking at something in the region of something more than 120. I would say 140 to 150 would be a very good total. Full toss basically pulled it, but not with a lot of power. Abhishek Pereira off the mark. Would have loved to have a boundary, but not connecting properly. Just the 2 runs. So incidentally, the outfield would be a bit heavy because of that morning shower. Pretty hard shower, which kept the players away till 2:30. You can see the ball not running across the ground as it normally does. That's in there, and that's the first wicket for Team Sri Lanka. Mesha Hassan has struck in his first over. That's a good bowling by Mesha Hassan, doing the work for his skipper. See that replay again, pitched up, and Abhishek trying to go over the top, just getting a, I would say, thick outside edge, just tying the ball up in there. Easy catch at mid-off. So the first wicket down for LOC. Abhishek Panagon caught Sachit Wickramasinghe bowled Imesha Hashan for just 2 of 4 deliveries. This is what pressure can do with a few dot balls. Batsman will try to look at go for big shots. 22 overs. It's not a lot of overs, but you need to also remember that you need to bat those 22 overs. Sairu Dukumbara, the new batsman, taking strike. It's a left-hander replacing the right-hander. You can see 37 innings, 682 matches, highest score of 67, 350s, 22 average, a little bit on the lower side, and a strike rate just a 56. So by the looks of it, a batsman who takes his time, not scoring pretty fast. He'll need to just change his tempo a bit today. On his pads, dot ball, a successful over. End of the second over, LOLC 9 for 1. Abhishek Perra, the batsman to be dismissed for 2 of 4 deliveries. Just the 2 extras so far in 2 overs. Nicely guided down to short third, no run. What LOC needs to do is look at trying to rotate the strike. I think some of those deliveries you need to play with soft hands, see where your fielders, some of the fielders, especially the point and the short third, right on the 30-yard circle. Need to look at rotating strike and getting singles. This time Beaton trying to run it down again. Azan Samsudin now needs one of these batsmen, the top 3. They need to make sure that one bats right to the end, just the 22 overs. Need to get a measure of this pitch. By the looks of it, maybe a little bit on the slow side. That was a close call for Azlan. Full toss driven in there. Not making a lot of contact. Got it on the bottom of the bat. Well, this is the problem. Both batsmen ball watching, watching that it was going to end. That should have been a single there. Because what happens is on this so 11 deliveries for just 5 runs. Pitched up to him, takes the aerial route. That's the second boundary in this innings, and the second boundary, 2 runs on Samsudin. Quickly moves on to 9. Going down on one knee, making sure playing it over that infield. Safe shot. Gets the runs he needs. That's the second boundary in the Dilshan. Looks like this is a pattern. Dot balls and then one loose delivery. Loud shout, batting outside his crease, pitching clearly outside leg, missing leg, and that's another dot ball to end the third over. LAC 13 for 1. This time from around the wicket to the left hand. Sometimes when you play 50 over cricket and then suddenly you're called upon to play a shorter version of the game, can be a big change. You're not quite sure as to how to go about it. You need to score the runs, you need to keep your wickets intact. Can take a long time to get on moving with the game. And any batsman who has batted for some time needs to kick on. Loud shout again. Sure, the bat hitting the ground was the noise. Ramesh Hassan was pleading with the umpire, clearly missing bat. That was a full toss, and still couldn't make use of it. Just drove it straight to the mid outfielder. This is pressure building on Sair Urugumbura. 5 balls still to get off the mark. Missing a juice full toss. Should have put it anywhere in that ground, but decided to play it circle. That time cutting the gap beautifully played along the ground. That reaches the boundary. So the first boundary for Sayana Kumara opens his mark for the boundary, like his partner Hassan Samsudin. That would give him a lot of confidence. Then let's see. Score number 17 for 1. And you played it into the ground and into that gap. See the ball slowing down a bit, but still had enough gas to beat that field into the boundary. Enfield was driven down the ground. This time he'll get some runs. And another boundary. So back-to-back boundaries for Sayana Urugumbura. That's what the first runs can do to a batsman. So again, a full toss. Making full use of it. Straight down the ground. So end off for the fourth over. LOC moved on to 21 for 1. Nicely bowled by Akil Dilshan. Bowling his third over. It'll be basically 5 bowlers will be able to bowl that got three guys can bowl 4 overs and 2 can bowl 5 each to make up that 22. Oh yes, that is wicket number 2. Trying to go for that shot, getting a bit of movement away from that right hander. Takes an edge. Easy catch for the wicket keeper. That's wicket number 2 for LOC. Zakir Dilshan strikes in his third over. This is good bowling by TJ Lanka by winning the toss. We saw that looked like a bit of a cutter that he bowled. Had to go right over the bowler's head. Ends up edging it to the wicket keeper. Hassan Samsudin caught Prince Premal ball Akila Dilshan for 9 of 15. And LOC at 21 for 2. Rathanayaka, the new batsman. That's Rathanayaka's because he has his high score of 106,284 runs to his name, 33 average. He's been around for some time, has a lot of experience. Played club cricket as well. On target, line with the stumps, and Rathanayaka just plays it back at the bowler. Dilshan now will be full of confidence to that wicket he picked up. Or just neatly clipped away. Was it off the pad? No, it was off the bat. Beats the wicket keeper. No chance for that fine leg fielder into the boundary. Satanaik also opens his account with a boundary. Azran Samsudin, Sairu, Udukumar and Lairu Atanaika, all three opening the account with boundaries. And Akila Dilshan bowling his third, concedes his third boundary. Wicketkeeper just couldn't get his hands to it. Knack of bowling dot balls, picking up wickets and also conceding the boundary in the over. Conceded 14. Out of that, it's 3 boundaries and a wide down the leg side, which the batsman crossed over for a single. So those were the other 2 runs that he conceded. So no singles given so far by Akila Dilshan. Kept tight, quite a lot of dot balls, but the 3 boundaries in the 3 overs. Slow delivery, pitched up. Natanaika equal to the task, just stabbing it down and takes a single. End of 5 overs, LOLC 26 for 2.
Five overs done. 26 runs on the board for the loss of 2 wickets. It's been a disappointing start for the LOLC. Not the kind of start they wanted in this 22 over game. Not the best looking dressing room there from LOLC. A surprising decision in the coin toss where TJ won the toss and elected to field first. I thought the pitch looked good to bat. Although TJ, they have done well with the ball in hand, especially with the new ball, the faster bowlers. They've done tremendously well. Here's Udanga. Worked away towards the onside. Will be just a single. Lahiru Atanaika is LOLC's highest run getter in this tournament, and he's certainly among the top 10 highest run getters in the tournament as well. Not entirely sure where he ranks at the moment, but I'm sure he's up there. So if LOLC are to get anything above 140, anything around 140, 150, Lahiru Atanaika will have a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. It's a big game. It's a semi-finals, and the winner will take on David Pearce in the finals. But TJ once again have done tremendously well here in the first 5 overs. Didn't really allow the LOLC batters to settle down out there at the centre, and picking up wickets is just the cherry on the top at the moment. And TJ, if they are to continue this attack, I'm sure they would be pretty comfortable chasing anything around 100 runs, anything around 120. That's slapped away. There's protection in the deep though. This is a perfect opportunity for Lahir Wattanayake to bat through these 22 overs and to play his natural game, because Lahir Wattanayake has done this before for LOLC throughout this tournament, being that rescue man, being that man who drags his team across an above par total, and at the same time who comes into bat when the chips are down. This time we'll wait for the oh, that's gone all the way for a boundary. Sairudu Kumura this time. That's 2 for the over, says the umpire. Well, that was very close to being called a no ball. I think just around that waistline area. But look at this, the effort from the fielder. He just missed it entirely. The outfield must be a bit slippery. Have to tell you that it was a very heavy and persistent rain right throughout the morning hours. But the ground staff have done a tremendous job in preparing this ground for this all-important semi-final clash. The pitch looked absolutely dry, no patches of water anywhere, so the ground staff have done a good job there as well. And with the sunshine that is being around from 12, I would say 12 to 12:30, the covers have been open and the strong sunshine hitting on the surface. So 6 overs completed, 7 runs coming off of the Dumangas over, 33 runs on the board for 2 wickets. The MCA C Division tournament organised by the Mercantile Cricket Association coming into its business end. It's a semi-final. The first semi-final, I believe, took place yesterday, where DPMC won that match quite comfortably at the end. So now whoever wins this match will join DPMC in the finals, which I believe, again, if I'm not mistaken, would take place in the coming weekend. There is a big battle. TJ have been the dominant force in the group stage, topping that list with consecutive victories. But now the semi-finals, LOLC, so far needs a rescue act from these 2 batters, Lahir Wattanayake and Sairudu Kumura. The 2 batters have done well so far. They're taking their time, which is understandable because it's not the easiest of the conditions to bat, I would say, against the spinners. The conditions are dry and it tends to break down. The MCA pitch over the last couple of months, I would say, have been a bit on the slowish side. The ball not ideally coming on to the bat. So Sairudu Kumura and Lahir Wattanayake, having played I think the last league stage match was played here at the MCA grounds, and I'm sure they have played here multiple occasions. So they have a proper understanding as to what to expect from these conditions. Worked away towards the onside, just a single. Oh, that's a good delivery once again. Sachit just keeping it very tight, just outside the off stump and not giving any width outside the off stump. Lahiru Attanayaka would like to work with the width outside the off stump, but that's not the case of the bowling of Sachita. Ideal pace, I would say, from Sachita as well. Not too slow, not too fast, just in that right region. 7 overs done, 35 for 2. Akil Dilshan and Imesh Hashan picking up 1 wicket apiece. Bowling in the power play. The first wicket falling down at 9 and then 21. It's been a disappointing day, to be honest, because rain throughout the morning. It was quite heavy rain in the morning, and then followed up by a persistent light drizzle, I would say. But now everything a bit gloomy at the moment. Not the full sunshine we had just before the start of play, but now it has become again gloomy. I wonder whether that played a role in TJ's decision to bowl first. This is Nala Kamarakon. 30 matches, 39 wickets. So spinners from both ends. See, I like this pace in which the spinners from TJ are bowling at the moment, because the surface seems to be a bit slow as well. So if you bowl it slow, it just makes the batters frustrate out in the middle, because the ball might not just come on to the bat as fast as the batters would expect. So the batters would have to, give that extra bit of push, extra bit of power to glide that ball towards the boundary, or maybe towards the gap to get a single or two. So it's a pace in which these two spinners are bowling at the moment. You let the surface do the talking. You let the surface grip the ball well and get some turn off of the surface here at the MCA grounds. To do that, you got to bowl it slow, just like how Nalaka and Sachita were bowling from the other end. 5 consecutive dot deliveries so far. A single down the ground. 8 overs completed, 36 for 2. LOLC captain did mention in the coin toss that we're looking to get anything around 140 in the 22 overs, which, given the surface, given the conditions, I would say it's a good total on the board. But one thing to keep in mind is that LOLC, they have a really good bowling attack. One of the best bowling attacks in this tournament belongs to LOLC. They have some good spinners. That's a faster delivery that time from Sachit. It's a good variations. Good mix-up. Making the batters guess. They have LOLC. They have some good spinners in their ranks, so might be a really good battle here at the MCA grounds. But what they need right now is a good total on the board. If you have anything around 140 to 150 to defend in 22 overs, just gives that freedom to the bowlers to try out few different things and to bowl with much ease, knowing that they have the comfort of the scoreboard. That's up in there. There's a fielder down in the deep. And he takes it. Sairu Dukumbura Perish. Just like that. Trying to go for a big shot on the onside. And he ends up playing it straight into the throat of the fielder at the deep mid-wicket region. That ball was just very far down the off stump. So he had to reach for it. Hitting that toe end of the bat is going nowhere. A simple catch to Udayanga down in deep mid-wicket, and the third wicket goes down, and Sairu Dukumbura is gone for 16 of 22. Now it's 36 for 3. Arjuna Pereira. In that last league game, Arjuna Pereira and Lahiruwatta Nayaka made a really good partnership to take LOLC to the verge of a stunning victory here at the MCA grounds. This is Arjuna Pereira. 45 matches in excess of 1,000 runs with a high score of 115. So he can bat. I've already proven that. There's a kind of partnership that they need at the moment, just like they did in the previous match, Arjuna Pereira and Lahiruwatta Nayaka. They need to make sure that they're absolutely replicating that innings in this all-important semi-finals. Once again, brilliantly done. Just enough turn there from Nala Kamarasinghe. Just enough to beat that outside edge. That's the end of the over. Now I think we have got one more delivery to go. Yeah, we've got one more delivery to go. 41 for 3. They have the combination that they were looking for. LOLC, these two batters, they have that ability. So these next 5 overs will be absolutely crucial for LOLC and will determine whether they would end up getting that ideal score of anything above 140. 10 overs done. 41 for 3.
10 overs, it's 41 for 3. Athanayaka and Arjuna Pereira. Athanayaka has moved on to 12. This is after TJ Lanka winning the toss and electing to field first. Just a 22 over game if you're joining us. The second semi-final in the C Division tournament. TPMC already in the final, winning their semi-final yesterday against Commercial Bank. That's cut into the cover region. Just another single. This is exactly what LOC need to keep the scoreboard moving. Reduce the number of dot balls, get your singles, and then when the loose ball comes your way, make maximum use of it. Projected at the moment 92. Might not be enough. Brilliant fielding there of his own bowling. Sachit Wickramasinghe got down quickly. Hit very powerfully, but getting his hand to it. Good work by Athanayaka. Just working it into that vacant mid-wicket region. Sachit has been tidy, bowling his third over, 1 for 7. Took the last wicket to fall. Good again. Arjuna Pereira having the right ideas. He is rotating the strike. Athanayaka with a lot of experience will need to keep one end going. See that field changing for Athanayaka, strengthening the offside, but works it onto the leg for a single. End of for the 11th over. LOLC after being put into bat, 46 for 3. That's the bowling card so far. Akila Dilshan started off 1 for 15 with Misha Hashan 1 for 11. Struck early in his first over. Then Udyanga Madhushanka 1 over for 7. Sachit Wickramasinghe 1 for 9 of 3 overs. And Nala Kamarakun 2 overs, just the 4 runs. So this is a very good bowling by Nala Kamarakun. Bowling his third over. Not picked up a wicket, but doing the job for his team. Tiger dances down the track just for a single, long on field. Interesting to see what the plans are for LOC, where they think that they will try to take on the bowling. And this is interesting bowling action. Just stands in front of the umpire, just 2-3 steps and delivers. Skied high, but falls in no man's land. Just a single. One of these batsmen may need to go after the bowling. It's something in excess of 100, 120. I would say 120 to 140 would be a very good score. Pitch a little bit on the slow side. The moment dealing in singles. Amarakun bowling really tidily. Another dot ball to end over number 12, LOLC 49 for 3. Partnerships, first wicket 9, then there's a 12 for the second wicket and 17 for the third. 11 now, unbroken for the fourth in 18 deliveries. Changing bowling, Janit Videsuriya. Has taken 37 wickets in 27 innings. Best of 4 for 38. Economy 5.32. Slightly on the high side. Incidentally, these pictures brought to you by Sporty.lk. Starts off well with a dot ball. Bowling to a short third, a point, deep extra, short extra, and a long on. Slight change again, strengthening the offside. So now look at short third, point, covers, deep extra, coming round a bit, short extra. That time driven down the ground to the long off field, a single. So 6 fielders on the off to the right-handers. And a massive gap on the leg, keeping that open. Leg spin. So that's the only fielder on the leg side who is in the circle. Short fine leg. Bowling is leg spinners. Asking the batsman to play across the line into those gaps. Got a man at the deep mid-wicket boundary and a long on. Can see the field on the boundary in your picture. Doesn't mind giving the single away. 3 singles now, consecutive deliveries. Cut to a packed offside field. Saw that ball taking some spin. The fielder, that is the skipper, had to dive for it. Thought it was coming straight at him, but then once it pitched, it spun. Oh, that a wide, that overdo it. You can see his release point was a bit different. Delayed a bit and dragged it wide outside the off stump. That's much better. Driven down the ground for a single. Sort of catch it, but there was no field in that area. 13 gone, and LOC moved on to 54 for 3. That's the bowling phase so far. Udayanga Madhushanka, been a bit expensive, 1 over for 7. But Nalak Amarakoon, 3 overs for 7, and look at those 11 dot deliveries. That's what creates the pressure. Nakil Adishan, 14 dot deliveries. Nalaka continuing his fourth. I'm sure they might even look at bowling him the fifth. 2 bowlers can bowl 5 overs. He's slowing it up. The slower you ball, it'll be harder to get you off the strip. That one flat and fast. So mixing it up a bit. Alaka trying to play around with the batsman's mind. Lairu Attanayaka, experienced batsman. Lairu's been there for 28 now, make that 29 deliveries. So he knows what the track is capable of. Not seen a lot of turn as yet. Just come down the track and chipped in there. So Nala Amarakun has struck. This is what good bowling brings you. You need to be a bit patient. Arjuna Perera coming down, using his feet and chipping it straight to that fielder. Going through with that shot. Like I said, pitch a bit slow. Be careful when you're playing those shots. So, not to the pitch of it. Easy catch for that short mid-wicket fielder. Chopina walked back to the pavilion. So that's the 4th wicket down for LOLC. Caught Nuwan Alakun ball Nala Amarakun for 7 of 13. So LOLC just losing their way. 56 for 4 in the 14th over. Vinod Madhushan, the new batsman. Brilliant figures for Nala Amarakun so far in his 4th over, 1 for 9. So Vinod Madhushan, 583 runs, best of 63. Average on the lower side, just 16. The 73 as his strike rate. They'll have to support Lairu Attanayaka, and Lairu will have to do the bulk of the scoring. Not easy for the new batsman coming in. And look at that, just 2 steps. And he's ready to deliver. Oh, this time bowling to the right-handers so far. The left-hander comes in and immediately goes outside the leg stump. There we see much better. Just keeping it in line with the stumps. Ends another Nala Amarakun over. 4 was done by him. 1 for 10, and after 14 overs, LOLC 57 for 4. Janet Vijayasuriya putting his leg spin as none for 5 in 1 over. Bowling to the experienced Attanayaka. This time comes down that track, chips it in the air. Fielder getting under it and takes an easy catch. This is what the leg spinner can do to you. If you are not to the pitch of it, try to calm down and hit it straight over. Getting a bit of turn. And the ball balloons up in there for an easy catch. So that's wicket number 5 for LOLC, losing their way. Yeah, clearly not to the pitch. The ball came out, trying to go over the top. So just guide it for an easy catch at the short extra cover. Caught by Sachit Wickramasinghe, ball Janit Vijayasuriya for 19 of 30 deliveries. The man who had a measure of what was happening has to walk back, and Vijayasuriya strikes in his second over, 1 for 5 now. So the number 7 batsman, Shian Fernando, walks to the crease. Now it's going to be interesting. In danger of being bowled out. Lost half your batsman in the pavilion. Highest runs of 94, has 450s to his name. So certainly can handle the bat well. A bit puzzled as to why he's batting at number 7 with those stats. See that wicket again. Nicely placed, positioned on the. Now Sanit Vijayasuriya creating all sorts of problems for the batsman. Shian off the mark. So relatively 2 new batters. Current run rate just 4 runs over. Someone needs to do something here for LOLC. Flighted, going for a big heave. Vinod Madhushan. Looks like it has taken the edge. Beat the wicket keeper. Interesting to see whether that was a chance. Given as runs. Now beautifully bowled again. No way is he going to get LBW from ball pitching outside your leg stump. But nevertheless, Janit Vijayasuriya thought he'll just clearly pitching outside leg. Batsman had no clue of it. Certainly getting some turn, the leg spinner. At the end of a wicket taking over. 15 gone, it's 59 for 5. The fall of wickets 9, 21, 38, 56 and 57. So regularly wickets being picked up by TJ Lanka. And all their bowlers apart from Udayanga Madhushanka have picked up wickets and kept the scoring down to below 4 and 5 runs over. Nalaka Amarakun will be bowling his 5th and final in this spell as a 1 for 10. Brilliant bowling here. Just look at that, just 2 steps and he bowls. Back to offside field. No way that ball going through that offside field. Once again, the covers and the extra covers in action. Will we see a false stroke here being played? Frustration building. So that time foolish and going across. How well as Nalaka Amarkon bowled in this semi-final. They worked on the pads. Just another single. LSI moved on to 61 for 5 now. Just a single again. It's 6 overs and 1 delivery left. What sort of total can they look at? Could they get close to that 100-run mark? So far it's 86 is the projected score. They need one. Oh, it's a no ball. Now that's not too good. Not sure exactly what the no ball is. Signaled by the leg umpire. So maybe one extra field outside the circle. And now this may be the break free shot for LOLC. A free hit. San Fernando, what's his idea? Where is he going? It goes down the ground. Just a single from that free hit. I think he has one more delivery left, is it? Or is it the end of the over? Yes, over called. So 16 overs done, and it's 64 for 5.
Right, 64 for 5 in 15. Rather 16 overs. So the last 6 overs in operation. Nothing much to talk in terms of LOLC batting. They've been falling apart one after another. And at the moment, 64 for 5. Half the side back in the pavilion. Vinod Padushan, the captain, is still out there in the middle. And if LOLC have to get to a decent total, his presence out in the middle will be crucial. Here's Nalaka. See, the conditions are not easy to bat. And one could only hope that things will get worse when the day goes on. Not that it will get better. This is Janith with a leg spin. Picked up a wicket early on. Tossed up delivery. On the offside he goes and all the way for a boundary. A tossed up delivery and Vinod's eyes lit up as soon as that ball landed right in that full length region outside the off stump, right in his arc. And up and over he goes all the way for a boundary. Much needed boundaries for LOLC. They need quite a few of those. Cleared up his front foot. Just played it through the offside. Through the cows he goes for a boundary. Now a change in the field. A much better packed offside field. Coming back for the second run. Got to hurry. Vinod is interested in coming back for the second run, but stopped halfway through from Shihan Fernando. Oh, confusion, confusion. Would you believe that? That's the last thing they wanted. And Shihan Fernando has to depart. No communication whatsoever. Vinod Madhushah not interested at all in getting to that single. But it's just too late as Shihan Fernando has come all the way towards the non-striker's end. Let's have a look at that again. On the offside, just a gentle push. And Shihan is committed to that single. Oh God, there's confusion. There we go. That's pretty unfortunate there for LOLC. Not the last thing they wanted at this stage is a run out. 70 for 6 now as Shihan Fernando departs for LOLC. Tanush Gudara walks out to the middle. Brilliant with the ball in hand, but now it's a different responsibility with the bat in hand. Oh, asking the question and given. Would you believe that once again 2 wickets in 2 deliveries, and Janit Vijayasurya with his floaty leg spinners have absolutely castled Danush Gudara. Very first delivery he faced, enticing the batter to come to his front foot, and just Danush Gudara completely playing the wrong line there. Absolutely brilliant. LOLC further depleting at the moment. 70 for 7. Let's have a look at that again. Ah, that's just plumb in front, hitting that back leg. Good grip off of the surface, and Danush Gudara is gone for a duck first ball. And Janit Vijayasurya, he's on a hat trick. Siddharth Mallavarachi, 60 matches, the highest score of 21. He needs to better that today. He's on a hat trick, Janit Vijayasurya. Not a hat trick though. That was my mistake. The first one was a run out. Could have been 2 wickets in 2 balls. That time it almost carried on to that slip fielder. Oh, just out of the reach of that first slip fielder. Could have been a team hat trick though. $70 for 7. 17 overs completed. 6 more overs to go. 5 more overs to go. Now, this was that first wicket, the run out. Just a gentle push to the offside. Good bit of work there from the fielder. Wicketkeeper had absolutely nothing to do. And then this one, Danush Gudara trapped on his front foot and just enough turn to miss that outside edge. And kiss that back leg right in front of the stumps. So 70 for 7. Right, so Akila Dilshan with the ball in hand. Once again, probably just missing that leg stump. Onto the pads, Akila Dilshan was quite brilliant with the new ball, but into his second spell now. Yeah, just running down the leg side that time. Easy decision there for the umpires. Umpires had a busy day out there in the middle, assessing the conditions right through the morning. It's been a pretty busy day out there in the middle as well, soon after the game started. Because that's how good TJ bowlers have been. Always asking questions, always posing threats to the batters. Well, he's basically appealing for everything at the moment, Akila Dilshan. Very excited. You can see the body language of TJ there. They're very excited out there in the middle. They know that this game is in their hands at the moment. 71 for 7. They would try to wrap things up quickly here. Ideally before LOLC reaching to that 100-run mark, which is a bit too far at the moment of reach of LOLC. 71 for 7. Swing and a miss once again outside the off stump. A quick single this time. See, the good thing about TJ bowling is now they've been quite the dominant force right throughout this tournament with the bat, with the ball. As I mentioned earlier, they were at the top for the most part of this tournament on the points table. But one good thing about their bowlers is they never really allowed the batters to form up any sort of partnership, especially in those middle overs. And especially with the likes of LOLC and the rest of the teams in this tournament, though they picked up wickets early on, in those middle overs, they allowed their opposition to form up partnerships. And what resulted at the end is the opposition getting to a good score at the end of their allocated 50 overs. But that's not the case with TJ. The bowlers didn't really allow the batters right throughout this tournament to form any sort of partnership and to get or to make things comfortable for their opposition out there in the middle. So that is one good thing about TJ bowling attack, which I think have once again proven in this finals that they're among the best teams in the tournament. Last ball of this over coming up. Just 3 runs, including a leg bye. LOLC eyeing for another wicket here. They need to wrap things up quickly. They're pumped up. You can see the body language of all the players. They're pumped up. They're hyped up for a wicket. So dot delivery to finish things off. 18 overs done. 73 for 7. has punched on the ground. Has that gone all the way for a 4 or a 6? We'll wait for the confirmation from the umpire. That's a good slap there from Vinod Badushan. A flat battered slap down the ground. Still no confirmation from the umpire. Oh, it's been given as a 6. It's been given as a 6. So good start to this over. Janet just slightly short pitch delivery. And played it down the ground so well. Vinod Badushan, so much power behind that shot. But the intentions are clear now. This time it's a wide. Once again, Janet. He's slow through there, understandable. But so far he's been right on the spot. Bowling in that good length region. And enticing the batter to come to his front foot. But so far these two deliveries have been very, very short. And with the pace in which he's bowling at the moment, it just gives plenty of time for Vinod Badushan to rock back and play those cross-batted shots quite easily. So that is something that Janet will have to keep in mind. This up, a tossed up delivery. That's up in there. That's gone for 6. That just came right into us. A tossed up delivery. The second 6 in this over. But the intentions are quite clear. Now all of a sudden LOLC 86 for 7. That's up in there. This time a miss hit. Fielder getting under it. And he takes it. Well. Once again a tossed up delivery from Janet Vijayasuriya. But this time Vinod Badushan mistimed it, and it just went very high up in there. Not the distance, but the elevation. And a good catch from the fielder at the extra covers region. He didn't have to move much. It was up in there for some time. Vinod Badushan, a valiant effort from the skipper. 21 off 13. And now it's 86 for 8. A tossed up delivery once again. That's good from the bowler Janet, because the first two delivery, the previous delivery was a tossed up delivery and it got struck for a 6 down the ground. But he didn't lose his plan. He just went with the plan of bowling it full on the offside. And this time he reaped what he sowed. Kavish Kapiris is the new man in at number 10 for LOLC. And Janet Vijayasuriya, 26 runs, 3 wickets, and just 3.4 overs. Has been the main tormentor with the ball in hand, with his leg spin, floaty leg spin, a very canny bowler. Has shown some good resilience. Look at that good bounce off of the surface. Yeah, quick single. Might just go back for the second run. Nope. Turned down at the last moment. So single to finish things off. And Janet completes his spell. 4 overs, 27 runs and 3 wickets. A superb effort. 19 overs done, 87 for 8. Right, so Akila Dilshan. Akila Dilshan is done. No. 17 for the loss of 17. 1 wicket, 4 overs. Akila Dilshan. Oh. Almost a confusion there. 87 for 8. LOLC now to be put into bat by TJ. Swing and a miss. Once again, Akila Dilshan has been quite consistent outside the off stump. Just making the batter swing at the moment. As punched on the ground, there's protection in the team. One bounce into the hands of the fielder. There's been a superb execution from the TJ bowlers. Right from the start, they had a plan and they played according to that plan. They picked up those wickets early on, and these middle overs, the spinners, they knew their strengths with the spinners. So it was an easy decision for the captain to elect to bowl first on the surface. I still think it's still hard to bat. Not the most ideal batting conditions, but I thought it was, especially in the pitch report as well, that the things will deteriorate even further when TJ comes into bat. So that is something that they got to keep in mind. And LOLC, they have some good spinners in their ranks as well. So to make this an even fight, an even battle, LOLC need to make sure that they're getting to at least 120, 130. Twenty overs done. 92 for 8. Kavish Kapir is just continuing to swing at the delivery. Just missing everything at the moment. Well, in a situation like that as a bowler, you've got to keep it simple. You've got to bowl it straight wicket to wicket and let the batter swing at you. And if he misses it, it goes straight into the stumps, and that has to be the strategy at the moment. 8 down for 92 runs. Still a bit gloomy and overcast. Has been the story right from 2 p.m. when we started the proceedings of this innings. There was a period from I would say around 12:30 to 1:30. There was this 1 hour of day where sunshine was pouring into Colombo, but ever since we started the proceedings of this match, oh, confusion. My goodness, that's an absolute brilliant piece of fielding there from that fielder inside the 30-yard circle. It would be really, really worth if we can have a look at that again, because that fielding effort was absolutely brilliant. It was struck very firm from the batter. There we go, struck firmly through to the covers. One hand, and the throw was pinpoint. He knew that he has got the job done for his team. That is absolutely brilliant, an absolute god level athleticism that time from the fielder. And Siddharth Mallavarachi has to depart. It's 93 for 9 now. Further depletion for LOLC. He's gone. Sachit Wickramasinghe with the golden arm for LO, or rather TJ. Now the problem is, no matter how good the surface is for the bowlers, if you don't have runs on the board, that won't really put pressure on the opposition. Now that's gone, is it? Yes, an outside edge, and Udayanga picks up his first wicket, and that's all wrapped up here at the MCA grounds as LOLC all out for just 94 runs in the semi-finals. This was the last wicket. Yeah, just a slight deflection. Very visible to the naked eye, and a good take from the wicket-keeper as well. So 94 all out LOLC in the semi-finals. A disappointing batting effort there from the LOLC batting order, especially the top order collapsed very, very quickly in the hands of the TJ bowlers. The wickets fell down in regular intervals, no partnerships whatsoever. They've been one of the dominant forces with the bat throughout this tournament, LOLC. But today just nothing really went in their way. So this is how it looks. A sorry looking batting card. Just double figures for just 3 batters. Sairu Dukumbura 16, Lahru Attanayaka 19, and Vinod Madhushan, the skipper, chipping in with 21 off 13. But none of the other batters didn't really push anything for the total of LOLC, as they've been wrapped up for 94 runs in 21 overs. So looking into the bowling, it was Janet Vijayasuriya with his floaty leg spinners that really did a lot of damage. 3 wickets for 27, just 4 overs. And their wickets apiece for each and every bowler as they contributed right from the start to the end. You can see the fall of wickets, consistent and regular fall of wickets, and no partnerships whatsoever for LOLC. So 94 all out in 21 overs. So they just 1 over to spare. They've been wrapped up for just 94 runs here at the MCA grounds. The semi-finals of the MCA Division C 50 overs tournament 2025. It's been a superb bowling performance from TJ as they've wrapped up for just 94 runs right from the start. Now have a look at the highlights of this innings. LOLC started off, this was started off with the boundary, but wickets started to follow on very quickly, and things didn't really go in the favor of LOLC right from the start. As the fielders, we saw some really good catches being taken as well from the fielders of TJ. The fielding has been excellent, above par I would say from TJ. We've seen some good run outs and good catches being taken. Some wonderful bowling efforts and fielding efforts. The wicketkeeper did well, had a couple of chances, but in the end it was all about the TJ bowlers. There was this period where Lahiru Attanayak and Sumudu, or rather Sairu, I beg your pardon, Sairu really made that difference out there in the middle, and for a moment they looked like they were in control of the game as runs started to come in. But soon after the dismissal of those two players, the bowlers once again took control of the game, and some miscommunication, some run-outs was one of the moments. And then it was Janet Vijayasuriya with his floaty leg spinners, just enough spin to contain these batters to very low scores here at the MCA grounds. Vinod was promising for his 21 runs of just 13 deliveries. They just tried out one same shot one too many times, and this was another showcase of wonderful fielding efforts from the TJ fielders and the bowlers doing their work in the semi-finals. So they've wrapped up LOLC for just 94 runs, and the target is set as we will take a break, and we'll come back with the run chase as TJ will chase down 95 runs in the semi-finals of the MCA C Division tournament.
So welcome back to the MCA grounds for the second innings of this match between LOLC and TJ Lanka, the second semi-final in the C Division tournament, 50-over tournament. TJ Lanka winning the toss and electing to bowl first, restricting LOLC to 94 all out in 21st over. Well, incidentally, it's a 22-over game because we had showers in the morning. The ground was pretty wet. Started at 2:30, a 22-over game. That's what happened. If you're just joining us, TJ Lanka winning the toss, electing to bowl first, punting out LOLC for 94 with so 1 over to spare. Be interesting pitch, a little bit on the slow side. See how the TJ Lanka batsman will cope. They need 95 to win in 22 overs. Looking at that, doesn't seem like a tough target. All thought they were about 20 runs, 25 runs short. But you'll never know. These semi-finals, pressure situations. Winner goes into the finals to meet DPMC, who have been on a roll. Finished at number 1 in the group stage and having an easy win over Commercial Bank in their semi-final yesterday, winning by 8 wickets there. That's the start, the first delivery. Prince Piyamal and Taraka Dinesh, the regular openers. Taraka Dinesh, the skipper. He will look at going after the bowling. Prince Piyamal generally likes to take his time. So the weather, the light, everything will come into play. Oh, this is... Oh, they needed a direct hit. It was chaos. Played into the covers. Taraka Dinesh just took off. And Prince Piyamal was ball watching. Just look at that. He was admiring the shot, watching, going straight to the fielder. But Taraka Dinesh had already come onto this side. Luckily, no one was behind the stumps. Needed a direct hit in that case. There we see the two batsmen discussing. Prince Piyamal saying he didn't hear the call. These are all nerves in this semi-final. Taraka Dinesh leading the side. He has done pretty well as the skipper. Might be wanting, to get on with it. Just to see how he'll go about it. Whether he's going to go after the bowling, try and get a good start. We see 683 runs, 450, 61. The highest strike rate of 78. A low average of just 17 for opening batsman. Oh, that coming in Kavish Kapiris. Just 20 wickets, early days. Well, trying to play at it and letting it go. Ball coming in and going over the stumps. So, thing to think about. Because Kavish Kapiris has that knack of bringing that ball in a long way to the right hander. There again. See him. Bat on to pad, a single, so both batsmen off the mark. Identical fashion. Both face 2 deliveries each and off the mark. See, so that slip and a gully deliberately placed there for that ball that moves away. Kavish Kapiris gets a lot of movement. got a slip and a gully. Third man, point, extra covers, mid off on the offside. So again played into the covers, quick single, but this is good by the two batsmen looking for singles, playing with soft hands, and after the end of the first over, it's 3 for none. Nipuna Tashmika operating from the scoreboard end. He will be operating with 2 slips this time. To the left hand, Prince Priyamal. 2 slips, third man, point, extra cover, and a mid off. So 6-3 field and usual fine leg, square leg, and the mid on. Wrapped on the pads, but quite high. So there's a big gap between the square leg field and the mid on field. Left hand will be looking at working it in that area. Can get it into the gap. Runs for sure. So wrapping on the thigh pad. Punatashmika seems to be generate a bit of pace. Yes, that time. Wide outside the off stump and signaled a wide. Going further away. Priyamal having a massive swish hit at that. Doesn't make contact. Tashmika will have to be careful, can't give too much of width. That's much better. Off the pads, a leg by. Yes, umpire signals leg by. Teacher will take anything that comes in pursuit of this 95 to win the game. The knockout semi-finals generally very tight. Every run counts. Wicket or 2 here and there can change the way the game goes. Tarak Dineshta. Again plays with soft hands towards the mid of field and takes off quickly. So that's the right idea. Single. With the left and right hand combination, the field has to change, and also the leg umpire getting a good workout going from one side to the other. Just the 89 more runs required in 122 deliveries. Driven bat turning in his hand. Can hear not getting the middle of the bat. The sound said it all. This is the teacher Lanka dressing room. And that's that gap I was talking about. Puts it into that. And that's easy, 2 runs. But so coming back for the second. So 2 overs done. And the score has moved on to 8 for no loss. Interesting to see Kavisha Piri's just the 3 runs in his first over. Gets a lot of inward movement to the right hand. That time short cut. Just bounces in front of that point fielder. Couldn't stop that. And runs into the boundary. The first boundary for the skipper Taraka Dinesh. And the first boundary for... Well, that was uppish. But just falling in front of that fielder. But he couldn't get his body behind it. First boundary to Team Sri Lanka. And first boundary to Taraka Dinesh. This might get him going. Kavisha is dropping it short. He'll need to keep it up if he needs to bring that ball back in at the right hand. Time 2 full and driven past the diving extra cover fielder. Dinesh gets another single. So this is good cricket by Taraka Dinesh. After that boundary, Kinshua he rotates the strike. So now Kavisha is under a bit of pressure. 5 runs from 2 deliveries. And now he has to deal with the left hand. Quickly we see one of the slips earlier. They had a gully has come out. They have strengthened the offside. People are playing it late, knowing that there is some movement from Kavisha Piris. Watching the ball, playing it late. He knows it's going to go past his bat. Again, letting it come on to the bat and dragging it down to the third man region. So that's another single to Prince Priyamal. Moves on to 5. You can see quickly the required run rate coming below 5 run mark. So generally that ball that comes in, I think that's where he grips the ball. That's ball those cutters. This time you didn't see that swinging that much in. Oh, needed a direct hit. And Prince Priyamal would have been gone for all money. There we see that played straight to the field. My word, batsman not in the picture. They just underarmed it from where he was. End of 3 overs. Sri Lanka 14 for no loss in pursuit of 95 for victory. Changing bowling from the scoreboard end. Vinod Madhushan brought in, so spin coming on in the fourth over. I think that's the way they'll have to go. Easy betting against the pace. Swing the Madhushan. 40 wickets, best of 4 for 20. Economy is very decent, 3.44. Left arm. So he's has got a slip. A short third. A point covers short extra. And a mid off on the offside. This time same shot, but bit to the left of that third man field, and this time Tarak Dinesh calls him for a quick single. That's a good idea. They need to keep the scoreboard ticking. Make sure they put some pressure on the fielding side. Well, I would say that Tarak Dinesh, the skipper, he has not been really aggressive, but to the two batsmen, the more aggressive batter is on 7 of 8 deliveries. He was on 7 of 7 before this dot ball. And his partner Prince Priyamal on 6 of 13. Oh, nicely bowled. You can see that ball slower. Tarak playing forward, missing it completely. The slower you bowl, it's harder for the batsman on this track. Dinesh can't get it away. Needs to keep bowling it up, trying to get them to drive on the slow track. 4 was done, and it's 15 for no loss. So double change. Sairu Budugumbura. 33 wickets. Best been 4 for 14. Economy 3.62. So that's good. Double change. Spinners coming on as quick as the third and fourth and fifth overs. Bowled into the left hander, has one slip. You can see some off spin. Straight away, single on the leg side, wide gap. Still LOLC going with the same fields for the left hander, just 3 on the leg. The field has changed. So 5 on the off for the right hand, and 6 and 3, 4 on the leg side. This one deep mid wicket. That's easy for Taraka Dinesh. All they need to do is just work the singles. Got this game under control. Just 78 of 105 now required. Once again, waits fight and plays it. Works it on the leg. Another single. Oh, pitching outside the off. Maybe impact would have been out, but beating the skipper. And that's the end of 5 overs. TJ Lanka 18 for no loss.
Right, so it's been a slow start for TJ, but understandably these conditions, this is what I mentioned early on as well, that it's going to deteriorate even further, making the batting look so hard out there in the middle, and that is what we're seeing at the moment. TJ Lanka 18 in 5 overs, but they haven't lost a wicket. That's the most important thing, that they're taking their time. They're not taking any unnecessary risks. That time he gets a boundary. Talking about taking a risk, that time Prince Primal certainly took a risk to play it across the line of the delivery. But he gets the full value. He gets a boundary. Yeah, that was there to be hit. It was not spinning much off the surface. We know this anyway is not much of a turner of the ball. He's bowling with a good pace. Vinod Madhushan is more of a kind of a bowler who would skid the ball off of the surface. More runs on the board. Couple of runs there. Just sliding off the leg side. Just a hint of bat there. Just enough to steal a couple of runs. .71 runs required now. The conditions are understandably slow here at the MCA grounds. The surface is slow. There's a bit of stickiness to it. The ball not ideally coming into the bat of the batter. And Prince Primal and Taraka Dinesh have certainly got a good idea as to what to expect. Bottom edge. Might not just run away for a boundary. Couple of runs. So 8 runs have come in this over. Quite effortlessly, I would say. One towards fine leg, one towards third man, and one towards the deep mid-wicket region. A boundary to that deep mid-wicket region. Quick single. Last ball of this over coming up. 9 runs from this over. It's a good one for TJ Lanka. That's a good delivery there. To finish things off, 6 overs done, 27 without loss. Four bowlers used so far from LOLC. There's none of them being able to pick up a wicket as of now. But they need wickets here. That's the only way they're going to win this match. Only just 90 odd runs is what they're chasing down. And with already 27 runs on the board, it's not going to be easy. So they need to make sure that they're getting those wickets, because that's the only way forward for LOLC. Now, this is going to be interesting. It's Danushka Udara who is given the responsibility to bowl the 7th over. He's been one of the standout performers in this LOLC lineup throughout this tournament with the ball in hand. And on a surface which favors the spinners, it's going to be a really, really crucial battle. And if there's one man who can bring a wicket to LOLC, it's Danushka Udara. He spins it both ways, makes it difficult for the batters to tackle. Oh, that's a good looking shot. That's through the gap, and that's gone all the way for about a slightly short pitch delivery from Danushka Udara, slightly back of the length. And Prince Primal needs no invitations whatsoever. He just latched on to it, played it across the line of the delivery. Knew there was a big gap between that long off fielder and the mid wicket, or more towards the Sportylk, deep Sportylk fielder. So there was this gap, and he exploited that gap really well that time. And it's a no ball. Salt on the wound for LOLC. And it's a free hit. Yeah, there you go. That's down the ground, and that's straight into the hand. Just a single. Had he played that shot much firmly, that would have run down towards the boundary, because that was very, very close to the boundary line. "61 more runs required." They're doing it really good at the moment, TJ Lanka. Not taking any unnecessary risks. Ah, there we go. That's cheeky. Might just run away for a boundary. Don't saved at the end that time. But this is really good from Prince Primal. Now they understand the pace of this wicket. They know that instead of playing across the line of the delivery, just pushing the ball towards the third man finally region would do them good. 7 overs done, 36 without loss. Bowlers being used so far, 5 bowlers being used by LOLC, but nothing there from in terms of wicket for LOLC. That's what they need at the moment. Siddharth Malvarachi. The ball is off spinners with bit of a round arm action. And on a surface where the spinners are getting a good grip off of the surface, his bowling would come handy. But these two batters have been very, very careful. Knows exactly where the fielders are positioned. And they're not going to take any risks. They're going to play it safe, but if there is an opportunity to go for a big shot, they're not going to make that opportunity to go to waste. Now, was that a chance? Not sure whether it just went off the surface right after getting struck on the bat. This is good matured partnership, this one, Taraka Dinesh and Prince Bimal. Understanding they don't have much runs to get, just 90 odd runs in just 22 overs. It just makes it difficult for the makes it easy for the batters, I would say. Just no pressure whatsoever. But what these two batters have done quite well at the moment is they've absorbed that pressure. If there is any bit of pressure, they've absorbed it completely. And they're well on the cruise, I would say. 37 without loss in 7.3 overs. Yes, they've taken their time. Yes, they're pretty slow. But given the circumstances, they have done tremendously well. Can see the current run rate just above 4.5 runs per over. Just right around that 5 runs per over. But the required run rate, just 4 runs per over. So they're well ahead in terms of the run rate. So there's nothing to worry. They have wickets in hand and everything in favour of TJ Lanka at the moment. So these are desperate moments for LOLC. They need wickets. Not just one wicket would do. They need to make sure that they're getting few wickets in regular intervals and putting that pressure right back at TJ Lanka. It was done. 38 runs on the board without loss. Oh, that's up in there. Chance. Oh. Well. It's been that kind of a day for LOLC. Danushka Udara creates an opportunity, but it just lands in no man's land. Prince Primal need to be careful here. He just took his eyes off of the ball. Off the bat, onto the pads, went high up in there, but no chance for the wicket keeper or the bowler, Danushka. Oh, gone, is it? Yes, it is. That's a really good catch there from the shortish mid-wicket fielder. Prince Primal was eyeing for that region. He was trying to clear that fielder at short mid-wicket because there was a big gap between the Sportylk fielder and the long-on fielder. He was trying to exploit that gap, but the fielder was positioned exactly for that. And he's gone. That's a really good sharp catch there from the fielder, and Prince Primal. He's gone for 21 off 30. And LANKA losing their first wicket. It's 38 for 1 now in 8.4 overs. The DL pass score at the moment, it says 33. So we're well ahead in terms of that. LANKA 38. Cut away quite nicely. This might run away for a boundary. Yes, it does. Umayanga Madhushan collects his boundary in just his second delivery. 9 overs done. 42 for 1. That's a good shot. That's a confidence boosting shot there from the batter. No chance for the fielder. 53 runs required. 78 deliveries remaining. LANKA well ahead. See, the key thing on these kind of surfaces is to bowl it slow. Just give it a bit more air. Bowl it slow through the air. Let the batters reach to the ball. Let them play the shots. You bowl it fast, you just create an opportunity for the batter to just, to glide that ball towards the square of the wicket for just ones or twos, and if it's too full, might just go all the way, try to hit you for a boundary, but you float it in, you bowl it slow, and you entice the batter to come to his front foot. I still feel the pace in which Siddharth Mallavarachi is bowling at the moment is just too quick. You gotta bowl it slow on a slow surface. That's a key thing. That's gone. That's gone all the way for a boundary. That's just touch too full. Siddharth Mallavarachi. That's asking for trouble. Taraka Dinesh has been out there for 26 deliveries. He's seeing the ball well. That was touch too full. There we go. Right at the foot of the batter. Carved through the offside for a boundary. That's a tight single to finish things off. 10 overs done. 47 for the loss of 1 wicket.
So after 10 overs, it's 47 for 1. TJ Lanka in pursuit of 95 to win. Prince Premal, the man out, is out for 21. Taraka Dinesh, the skipper, not out on 19 of 28. And Udyanga Madhushankar on 4 of just 2 deliveries, getting a boundary to start off proceedings. We see that to continue. So that's Arjuna Pereira, a new bowler. Best of 4 for 23. Economy 4.51, a little bit on the high side. So leg spin. So the leg spinner from TJ Lanka get a few wickets. The sun has gone behind the clouds. Bit gloomy now. See that required target 48 of 70. Still doing it with ease. Juno has got off to a decent start, 2 dot balls. Driven straight in the air, but no fielder there. Just a single to Dinesh. Moves into the 20s. That required rate coming down. LANKA Madhushankar. Have to be careful, because if he gets the googly or the one that goes straight on with the arm, can crash into the stumps. That was close to the body, but manages to still cut it down to the deep extra cover. For a single. So far, Juno Perra doing a pretty decent job. Just the 2 singles in this over. Dinesh, early trigger movement, trying to mislead the bowler, but a very good delivery to end his first over and the 11th of the innings. It's 49 for 1. Just 7 bowlers used in 11 overs. So LOC throwing everything they got and see where they can pick up wickets. Siddhartha will be bowling his third, none for 7. Very well fielded there at short mid wicket. Prevents the batsman from getting any runs. Driven in the air this time. You can see that ball not coming onto the bat, so batsman playing a bit early for going in the air. Situations like this, I think those your short extra cover, your short mid wicket should be a bit more straighter. If you're asking the batsman to play that drive, you saw that delivery on the back foot, played it uppish. But you have to make the batsman play straight if you're going to do that. He's trying to use his feet. Still couldn't get to the pitch of the ball. Doesn't need to do anything rash. He has got a good start. Just needs to continue to see his team through. The 50 is up on the board. This time plays that paddle sweep and comes back for the second. The fielder on the boundary had to make a lot of ground. Safe though it was played in there. 2 more runs to the total. Moves on to 52. Well, LOC need to pick up wickets, because if this continues, sure, Sri Lanka will just walk through this score. Cannot restrict them. It's just the 12th over, 10 more after this, and they just needed 43 runs more. wickets out of the day. Nicely use his feet, driven and very well fielded to end the over. A dot ball, and it's 12 overs done. Teacher Lanka 52 for 1. Arjuna Perera to continue after that first over. Just the 2 runs ball into Udayanga Madhushanka. Tossed up, driven straight back past the bowler. Bowler couldn't get down in time. Should have stopped it. Need to stop every run. You need to put all the pressure you can. This is the important game, the knockout game, the semi-finals. The winner goes in to the finals for next week, playing DPMC. Team in form. That's brilliantly placed. Tarak Dinesh using his feet, coming down the track and playing with the spin. Beats a diving extra cover fielders into the boundary. 4 runs. If you ever want to show someone how to play spin, see that playing with the spin, didn't go against it. Beat the diving field, and then the other fielder brought on the dive, but it was way too late. Well, had already passed the boundary. So Dinesh doing it in style. Moving on to 26 now. Batting really well, using his feet well. Either he comes out of his crease or goes right back where the ball is shot. So not afraid to play those strokes, to use his feet. That's the best way to play spin. There again, short. Played into the gap. Looking for the second, but Dinesh says no. That was good thinking. The fielder was quick. He was at the ball and released the ball in one motion. Now Dinesh growing in confidence. He has got this under control. 37 required now in 56. Nicely driven, but straight to the fielder. And no, this is sloppy. Had a shy at the stumps. The fielder backing up, couldn't get to it, and pressure release, given a single. 7 runs now in this over so far, and brings Tarak Dinesh on strike. Very well played. A dot ball to end the 13 overs. TJ are 59 for 1. That 3 overs, none for 10. Done a decent job. So a bit of turn there. Batsman beaten. There is turn and offer from this track if the bowlers are willing to give it a rip. You see, bowled it fastish. Thick inside edge towards the short fine leg region for a single. Siddharth needs to concentrate on bowling it slower. Make the batsman wait for it. Bring him on his front foot. Just the 35 required now. Played with soft hands and both batsmen taking off for that single. So Taraka doing it in style. His idea is to just stick out there, make sure he rotates the strike. He's not in any hurry. Well, yes. Tried to make room and played on the leg. Beaten by the quicker delivery. And the umpire nods his head to say, you're on your way. Get on your bike. Udyanka Madhushankar has to walk back. See that replay again from wide outside the out stump. Yes, going right back on his stumps. That was an easy decision for the umpire. Udyanka Madhushankar, WC that Malwarachi. TJ Lanka lost the second wicket. It goes for 9 of 11 with just one boundary. So it's a 61 for 2 now in the 14th over. Spectators be watching their dads play. Don't think they would really remember it. Too small. Shanit Vijaysurya, the new man in left hand. A score of 90. Now look at that strike rate, 100.80. 550 is to his name, so he can strike it big and he can strike it quick. It's going to be interesting. Need to see the back of Janet and Taraka very quickly if they are to make anything out of this game. Again, fastish. She is preferring to vary pace, prefers to bowl the faster, flatter delivery much more often. That one given room and Janet Vijaysurya just waits on it. And on the back foot, just plays it over the extra cover field into the boundary. He opens his scoring with a boundary. And see that again. Yes. Given with intentionally playing it. So the bouncer 2 into the fence. Moves on to 4 and the score has moved on to 65 now. After 14 overs, 30 required. That target coming down little by little. See Nipuna Tashmika coming back for his second spell. So whether he can do something for his team. 1 over, just the 4 runs. I thought I would like to see him bowl his second over. He's a guy who bowls that big swinging, I would say, cutter that comes in to the right hander. Almost had Tarak Dinesh, oh no, sorry, this is Nipuna Tashmik who bowled from the other end. Just the 1 over opened the bowling. 48 deliveries left, 30 runs to get. This is good. Putting the pressure on the skipper. Not letting him free his arms, not letting him work the ball because it's on the stumps, so he has to play it with merit. Can't afford to miss it. Likes to kiss the handle of the bat very often. Driven. Officially diving short extra cover field. Just 1 run. Gets off strike. Chanit Vijayasuri. Yes, it was, but the field was a little bit straightish. Can see most of the time when they drive on this track, ball is in the air. Don't seem like they have full control. Beaten by pace that time, trying to cut too close to the body. Misses it completely. Yes. Lucky didn't get an edge. Gone straight to the wicket keeper. Run nicely placed on the offside. And a boundary. So he is dealing in boundaries. That's his second boundary. Moves on to 8. That was just nicely played away from the diving point fielder. The extra field on the boundary just didn't have time to get to it. Scores moved on to 70. Just a 25 runs needed now. Played with soft hands, looking for a single. Tarak Dinesh says no. And that's the end of the 15th over. TJ moved on to 70 for 2. 25 runs needed. Seven overs remaining, 42 deliveries, 25 runs to get. Siddharth Melarachi 1 for 16, bowling his 5th and final over in this game. Nicely played to that deep extra cover fielder for a single, and most probably might be the last over that he's bowling in this tournament. By the looks of it, TJ Lanka well on course for this victory. Unless he can do something this over, pick up a couple of wickets or even a hat-trick, just to keep the balance and put some pressure on that dressing room. The dressing room now must be feeling very relaxed, but a wicket or two in quick succession can put some jitters into the batsman to follow. So Janit, very crafty, he's trying to nudge Blood, but anything in his zone, I'm sure he'll go for it over the top. 2 boundaries to his 8. Oh, there you see, was down the leg side, but missed it completely. Might have been the 3rd boundary if he got back onto it. And that's gone. Thrown it wide. Seen Janit Vijayasuriya come down the track, try to get his foot back, but no chance. Good work by the wicket keeper. Can see that. Yes. Oh no. Tried very hard, but keeper doing what he has to do. That's the 3rd wicket down. So this is what was called for. I just said they need some wickets. Stumped by Lairu Attanayaka. The bowling of Siddharth Malwarachi for 8. Just the 2 boundaries in that innings of 8. It's 71 for 3 in the 16th over. Sasri Adhikari, the new batsman, walking in. Can there be a twist in this game? Can Siddharth pick up another 2 more deliveries? Like I said, a wicket, maybe 2 wickets or even a hat-trick to just give the jitters. Sasiri Adhikari, 400s and 13 50s. That's a lot of runs. 2,320. 122 is highest. And a strike rate of 116. So this middle order of TJ Lanka can strike the ball hard and fast. Oh, that should be close though. Umpire says no. My goodness. Wondering, guys, whether I just call for a couple of wickets in the over. Very interesting replay. Ball kept a bit low. Oh, I think he hit it onto his pad. I think that was the reason, because otherwise that was gone for all money. If that didn't come off the bat. Well, close call earlier, but it was off the bat. And that's the end of Siddharth's spell. 5 overs, 2 for 17, and after 16 overs, TJ 71 for 3.
Six overs done. 71 for 3. They were in pursuit to chase this target down. The boat thing is, they took their time. They didn't really lose any wickets in regular interval. Just 3 wickets down. And that really put them in a really comfortable position. He's still out there, Tharaka Dinesh. 30 of 45. The stand-up performer with the bat in hand in today's game. Trying to work that ball towards you. Towards that third man region, deep third man region. Vinud bowling it a touch too fast. Confusion, confusion. Ah, my goodness. Vinud couldn't hold on to the ball that time. Wicket keeper is not happy. Let's have a look at that again. Just a gentle push. Confusion all round there from the two batters. Desperate for a wicket, LOLC. (23 of 34). See the body language of the LOLC fielders. They're desperate for a wicket. They need a wicket here. (72 overs done. 73 for 3). (22 more runs required of 30 deliveries). Tanush back with the ball in hand. Trying to play across the line of the delivery, targeting that Sportylk region. Things are getting heated up out there in the middle. Every ball, there is a story happening out there in the middle. There is action. It's getting closer than we expected. 22 of 29. TJ Lanka, they have wickets in hand. That's the only comfort they have at the moment. Oh, there we go. Much better. Will be just a single though. Singles will do at this stage with occasional boundary for LOLC. Because one way or another, there will be a loose delivery coming in. They have plenty of gaps on either side of the wicket. Long on, long off, both back. And there is a deep extra carve fielder and a deep Sportylk fielder. Another quick single this time. Once again, Sasiri Adhikari is trying to work that ball towards our Sportylk region. You just need to get it past that fine leg, the shortish fine leg fielder. And if you get it past that fine leg fielder, it's a certain boundary. So I'm sure that's where he's targeting, much more finer than the Sportylk region. More towards the backward Sportylk region. 18 overs done, 76 for 3. The DL pass score at the moment stands at 78. So just falling behind 2 runs. Vinod Madhushan back with the ball in hand. Punched on the ground. There's a fielder down in the deep. Will be just a single. Slapped hard down the ground. Gone easy. Yes. There we go. That's a really good throw there. From the fielder. Right into the hand of Lahiru Attanayaka behind the stumps. And they get a much deserved wicket. A much needed wicket. A good throw. A good collection. And perfectly done. Tells you the story, how pumped up the fielders, the wicket keeper is. Just tells you how important that wicket is at that stage. It's a pretty unfortunate way to get dismissed as Sasiri Adhikari has to depart. Everything's happening out there in the middle. It's getting very tight. It's getting very excited. 18 more runs required. 22 deliveries remaining, and Sasiri Adhikari is gone for 4 of 8. And now TJ Lanka 77 for 4. That's through the gap. 2 runs for sure. These are precious runs for TJ Lanka. What a semi-final this is turning out to be. It's getting very tight. Who thought that LOLC with just 90 odd runs on the scoreboard would give up this much of a fight? That's exactly what we're seeing at the moment. LOLC fighting back in the semi-finals. "19 overs done, 80 for 4. 15 runs required, 18 deliveries remaining. It's anyone's game at the moment, but you ask me to name a favourite, I would still say that TJ Lanka has the upper hand. They have wickets in hand. They just need 15 runs, and to get that, 3 overs remaining. Singles at this stage would do. Lot of discussions going on at the moment. Trying to set the field up to the perfection. A packed onside field. You got a long on, a mid-wicket in position, and a deep Sportylk in position as well. So Dhanush Kudara has that ability to bowl it onto the pads because he got the protection down on the onside, and a shortish fine leg fielder in position as well. And now there is a change in the field for Taraka Dinesh. The mid-wicket fielder comes inside the 30-yard circle. So 2 fielders on the onside, down on the rope. And the offside, we got a deep extra car fielder and the long off in position. But this is good bowling. He's bowling according to the plan. Dhanush Kudara just keeping it very tight outside the off stump, knowing that Taraka Dinesh would prefer to go towards that offside rather than just trying to slog it down towards the leg side. Now the mid-wicket fielder goes down. So an open field once again onto the onside. Taraka Dinesh, what's he going to do? He's not making things easy out there. Dhanush Kudara has so much control. Bowling in good pace as well. Punched on the ground. There's a fielder. And he takes it. Taraka Dinesh. It's a big wicket. It's a big man. He's gone. Trying to clear the boundary once again down the ground. And he ends up playing it straight into the hands of the fielder at long on. There we go. Didn't really have to move much. It was firmly struck. But the elevation was not there. The distance was not there. So Taraka Dinesh is gone for 32. A well-made 32 of 57. But now 5 down for 81. Purna Chaturanga is a new man in, coming in at number 7 for TJ Lanka. 81 for 5. Now this is what happened. A full length delivery. It was there to be hit. Just not enough power behind that shot. Just a bit of a chip onto the onside. He gets a single. And how good of an over was that from Danushka Udara. Just 2 runs and a wicket. 20 overs done. 82 for 5. The DA pass score, I don't think that matters right now. Just 2 more overs to go. 13 runs to get. Right, so Purna Chaturanga is on strike now. Vinod Bandhuchan to continue. Yeah, just like that. Singles will do. That's a good shot. That's gone all the way for a boundary. That's too full outside the off stump, and Sachita Vikrama Singha absolutely latched on to that. That's gone all the way for a boundary. That shot, that boundary really changed the whole complexion of this game. That's a good looking shot. That's a well calculated, a good looking shot through the offside, through the covers, over the head of the fielder. That's punched on the ground. There's a fielder. Ow, he drops it. But that's a really good effort. A valiant effort from the fielder. But that's a tough one. Punched on the ground once again from Sachit. It was straight as an arrow. And that's a good thing about that shot. But still a really good effort from the fielder, just out of his reach. Right, 7 runs required, 9 deliveries remaining. Purna, he's on 2. And Sachit, he's on 9. He's the one who's going to finish things off. Gets a single, gives the strike back to Sachit. Now Sachit has to be really careful here, because Vinod, he's a canny bowler. Might just try to do something, might just slow it a bit, or might just fire it into the batter, rather than giving it full outside the off stump. Oh, that's a shot. That's a big hit. That's out of the park. My goodness. He ends up bowling a full-length delivery, and Sachit Wickramasinghe needs no second invitations whatsoever. He bangs it on to the onside through the mid-wicket region. He gets a 6, and he gets his team towards a victory. And TJ Lanka are going through to the finals, and they will meet David Pearce in the finals. But look at that shot to finish things off. It just sums up the season, the tournament TJ Lanka had throughout this MCA C Division tournament. And they are charging into the finals. That's a very, very thrilling victory here at the MCA grounds against the LOLC. It's a stunning game of cricket, a close game. We never really thought that having scored 97 or rather 94 runs would give LOLC a chance in this semi-finals. But they fought back, but just not enough, as TJ Lanka have absolutely made this run chase an entertaining one. But they get the job done at the penultimate over. And 95 for the loss of 5 wickets. Yeah, disappointment, but they can keep their chins up because they really, really gave a good fight. They didn't really have much runs on the board to work with. Just 94 runs to work with. Their batters didn't really push the total at the when they were batting in the first innings. As a result, got restricted for just 94 runs. But the bowlers really, really gave their heart out there in the middle. Handshakes all round. This has been a really, really good game of cricket. An entertaining one. Just the kind of match that we were expecting in a semi-final. Because both teams just played their heart out. And ended up being a very much worthy semi-finals. Now this is how it looks. Looked at the end, TJ Lanka. Useful contributions up from Prince Primal and Taraka Dinesh. I really think the two batters played a really good matured partnership, matured innings from both the batters. Middle order collapsed for TJ Lanka, but at the end Sachit Wickramasinghe really did the job with a 4 and a 6. And they've managed to chase this target down with 7 balls to spare. So looking into the bowling performances of LOLC, the spinners really, really took control of the game in those middle overs. 2 wickets for Danush Godara, the standard performer with the ball in hand throughout this tournament for LOLC. And Siddharth Malavarachi picking up 2 wickets for 17 runs as well. Next of the bowlers, though they were economical at one stage, they couldn't really pick up wickets, and they badly needed wickets to win this game because they didn't really have much runs on the board. 38-run partnership up front, but from there onwards wickets started to fall. But Sachita Wickramasinghe really made sure that TJ Lanka would end up winning this match with 7 deliveries to spare. So let's have a look at some of the highlights. The two batters, the two openers started off pretty slow, but they had a plan in their mind and they acted according to that plan. They didn't really take any risks. They played it safe. They made sure that the runs came in just around 4 runs per over, 4 or 4.5 runs per over. And that opening partnership of 38 runs really set the platform because they were chasing down only a mere target of 94 runs. They needed that opening partnership. And from there onwards, wickets started to collapse in those middle overs, especially the spinners. I did mention that it's going to be tough against the spinners of LOLC, especially in this surface here at the MCA grounds. It's going to be tough, which it ended up being tough as the game dragged on to the 20th over. But TJ Lanka just held on to their nerves right till the end. They've been the dominant force in this tournament, topping that group, topping the points table, consistently up there at the top. And in the semi-finals now, they've beaten LOLC, who have played their heart out in this semi-finals. LOLC, they had a really good tournament coming into the semi-finals, but just in this semi-finals it ended up being just too much. The TJ Lanka bowlers will have to give them the credit as well for restricting LOLC, especially after winning the toss, electing to bowl first. This is how it all ended up here at the MCA grounds. Sachit Wickramasinghe finishing things off. It's very gloomy and dark here at the MCA grounds, but we've seen a fitting semi-finals to this wonderful tournament, the MCAC Division tournament. So this is how it looks, the match summary. LOLC 94 all out in 21 overs, and TJ Lanka chasing the target down with just 7 deliveries to spare, with Taraka Dinesh 32 of 57 and Prince Primal up front, scoring 21 of 31 as well. Tanush Kudar a couple of wickets, and Siddharth Malavarachi 2 for 17 as well. TJ Lanka winning the match by 5 wickets and with 7 deliveries to spare. So it's been a wonderful game of cricket. A disappointing one at the start, as the persistent rain throughout the morning forced us for a delayed start. But what a thrill it had been here at the MCA grounds. LOLC and TJ Lanka. And at the end of the day, TJ Lanka winning the match by 5 wickets and reserving their position in the finals against David Pires. So that match will hopefully be played in the next weekend, and Sporty.lk is all set to bring you live action of the finals as well. So until we meet again, it's good night and goodbye from the Mercantile Cricket Association grounds.